What's going on, YouTube fam? Micah and me Ancient shooting another high adventure video out here on the river. Guys, today it's pretty simple. We're just gonna be hunting some crawdads, gonna be cooking up some steak and crawl, a little surf and turf today, hopefully. First, we gotta go make sure that the crawdads are out though. Pops, we also have to be on the lookout for some treasure. A lot of floaters down this river. They drop stuff off the rafts and everything like that, so we'll keep an eye out for phones, wallets, GoPros, all kinds of fun stuff like that. So let's go. Back into the icy depths of the Boise River. There's a reason I have to wear a wetsuit, guys. Number one, this water is so cold that it kind of requires it if you want to stay down there for any length of time. And secondarily, I'm very lean, so I've got no extra padding really to be able to, no extra insulation against the cold of the water. So these wetsuits do a good job. Now these, we usually find a few of these every time we go out. Some spoons, a lot of people throw spoon spinners. I know I do as well. So that's a little like $3.50 value there. So making money while we're down there as well. You can kind of see the white. See the white in the crux of those claws? Oftentimes, that's how I'm able to identify where the crawdads are. You just look down, you kind of look for those two little white dots just poking out from rocks, or sometimes they'll just be sitting out. I think we catch a few that are just sitting out. The Ancient struggling with that last one. I only had him by one claw. I didn't want the other claw to reach around and grab him by the finger. That's also why we wear gloves. Just makes it a little bit easier so you're not, you know, trying to finagle the crawdads while you're down there. Oftentimes too, in this instance, we were able to get them in about 4 to 5 feet of water, but a lot of times you dive for them as well. So you can't be like trying to tenderly grab them so they won't pinch you, because you're down there holding your breath and fighting the current. Now here are some glasses that I found, some sunglasses. Gucci brand sunglasses. I gotta have somebody tell me how much these are worth. I know the brand's an expensive brand. They were actually prescription sunglasses when we took them out of the water and we put them on. They were all, you know, they made my eyes go crazy. So prescription brand Gucci sunglasses. That's a mouthful to say. Would love to know how much something like that costs. Maybe one of you guys out there know a little bit more about that. Another one, they kind of are just, we had a late spring, they're kind of just starting to come out. They're not out, and a lot of times when we find them, they're just kind of on the bottom like candy, like this guy right here. You could just find them like hanging out, almost sunning themselves. But we had a really long spring, pretty chilly spring. It's only been warm, really hot summery for about, oh, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. So they're starting to come out, but they're still burrowed under quite a few rocks. As you can see, a lot of these we're still finding under the rocks. I just noticed in that last clip, this guy right here my dad caught, there was another one down there actually. I don't know if we were able to go back and get him. It's funny, when I go back and look at this footage a lot of times, I'll notice other crawdads that we missed. This guy popped me right in the face, actually, after he went past the camera. But me Ancient, Eagle Eye Ancient, still able to grab him. Like I said, hasn't lost his step in the old crawdad hunt game. But check this out. This one actually is a female. You can see the eggs there on the underbelly. So anytime we see that, we like to let them go, let them get back in the water and reproduce, so we can come back years later and continue to catch crawdads. Just a good conservation habit there to get into, mostly with any fish, any kind of crawdad or anything. Just a good idea to do. Now this little guy has a lot of pep to his step, almost gets away, but me Ancient able to wrangle him, toss him in our little bag there. And this is just how we're finding him this time of year, just flipping over random rocks. A lot of times look for the bigger rocks to flip over, and usually about every 3 or 4 rocks you find one underneath. All really decent size this time of year too. A lot of these with the claw spread out are 5+ inches, so definitely a good day of harvesting. All right, so we've got quite a few crawdads now, plenty to boil up. Me Ancient is just on a crawdad catching binge right now. He is just smoking them. So while Me Ancient is looking for lost items in the river, I'm gonna do a little handline fishing. I've seen a bunch of trout down here, and I've just got a little 6-pound test line with a small split shot and a hook, and I'm just gonna be releasing this down there. I'll probably use a little crawdad as bait, and we're just gonna let this drift around there, see if we can add a little trout to our crawdad and steak today. Now this is a little something I've started to recently enjoy doing when we go crawdad hunting. When we're stirring up the bottom looking for crawdads, a lot of times the trout come around to kind of see what the hullabaloo is all about. So I just have a little crawdad tail meat there, and I just unwind it from the spool. I let it drift down. I'm actually sight fishing. I can see those trout come up and eat the bait. You just can't really in this clip just because it's so murky in the water. The water's a little bit higher. But I get this nice little, probably about 10, 11 inch little stalker on. Usually I miss about half of the fish that bite just because it's so difficult to swing on them because you're not really setting the hook. You're trying as best you can with your hand, but underwater it's super difficult. This little stalker ends up giving up the ghost because they're kind of finicky, so we throw them on ice to eat later. All right, let's check that out right there. Well done, Pops. You were on a roll out there.
Yeah, we had a good time today.
Yeah, we probably got about 40 plus crawdads in there.
Yeah, we did good.
Yeah, that was a good afternoon. Let's go get something to eat.
Yes, yes.
All right, so now we are going to cook some steak and crawdads right on the back of the truck. Dimitri from Vida Libre Camping Stoves sent me this pretty sweet camping stove here. It's actually portable. Came with this bag. Oh, yeah, little shoulder strap there. And you can just grab it like this. Tote it anywhere with you. Look at that. It's right out of the bag. It's got little legs on the bottom. You just fold out. Look. Oh. Now check this out. The lid snapped on like that. Keeps everything secure. Now check this out. This thing is chocked full of accessories. Look. Boiling pan. Got a grill grate right here. Now let's unpack this bad boy. Check this out. It comes with a little gas propane hookup already, so you don't have to go buy it because there's nothing more aggravating than getting a propane burner and then you have to go to the store and spend like $80 on little attachments. But it comes with little skewers. Check that out, little shish kebabs. Comes with 2 ladles. Now these ladles are not only ladles. I'll show you guys that here in just a little bit. There we go. We got another pan, like a little serving dish right there. We can cook in it. Another little pan slash serving dish. Check that out. It's got like little handles on that. That's pretty foxy. Now the cool thing about this is that you can cook with charcoal, you could cook with wood, or you could cook with a gas burner like we're gonna be doing today. This is a little grill grate that goes in the bottom if you're using like charcoal or wood. Check it out. It even has piping for a stove. I mean, is that not cool or what? In fact, let's put the stove on here. I believe it's like that. Look at that. This would be epic if you were like ice fishing. In fact, I think I'm gonna take it ice fishing. I mean, isn't that sweet? Like a little plume coming out. You're like grilling right here. I'm jacked to try this thing. Now to start, we're gonna be boiling crawdads. So look, it comes with a pot. So you just set that right in there. Boom. Put water in it, we boil right up. And there we go, we're already attached. Don't need that big, heavy propane tank. Small propane, easy, portable, and we're ready to cook. All right, fire's going. Let's get that pot in there next, Pops. Thank you. So here's the second use for those skewers. Check this out. These actually hook in to the little lid right here. Now let's pull this off. I think it's boiling. It sounded like it was boiling. Oh yeah, we got boiling water. Next, I'm gonna be using a Zatarain's crab boil, crawfish, shrimp, all the good stuff. This is a seasoning that you use for crawdad boils, crab boils, etc. We're just gonna dunk that right in there. This bag is made for much larger boils than what we're doing right here. So we're just gonna leave this in for about a minute, stir it around, and then we're gonna take it back out and we can reuse it another time. If I leave this in too long, it's gonna be way too spicy. So we'll just take that out. It's like a tea bag. Just kind of like drain it, press it and drain it. There we go, perfect. All right, we got our first batch. That water's boiling. So those will go right in. And they gone immediately. That boiling water kills them. First batch in. All right, first batch should be done. Again, these only take like 5-6 minutes at the most, depending on how hot your water is. Look at that. Those are definitely done. Got our little ladle that came with it. Look at that, hot and fresh. Nice and red. Last of the first batch right there. All right, there's the second batch. That concludes the crawdad boil. Now we just got to remove them. Last one. Yeah, that's a good looking plate of crawdads right there, me ancient.
Yes, indeed. I'm excited to eat.
So here's the second use for these ladles. They have these cool little end pieces here. Now, you're going, what kind of design is that? Well, this is why it was designed that way. So then you don't have to touch that hot pan. Look at that, just lifts right out. And we can set that off to the side. All right, now our grill grate. Look at that, just slides right in. All right, on go the steak. Just like that. Ooh, and want that sizzle. 1 and 2, I'll show you guys what we're putting on the steak. And I also have to go ahead and throw this trout on here because I was gonna let him go, but just like all stock trout, he got hooked and he died. So we're gonna go ahead and throw him on there as well. Let's get some butter on him first though. I've just got some Grill Mates Montreal steak seasoning. We'll put a nice coating on each side. Some salt. And then me ancient and I both love pepper on our steak, so we're gonna go ahead and throw a goodly sum on there. Pepper. And we'll put the lid on. Let that cook. All right, Pops, I got a little extra special treat too. I brought some asparagus. We're gonna move this steak over, this guy as well. And we are just gonna set these guys. I've never grilled asparagus before.
I haven't either. Not that I'm aware of it. I've never had it as far as I know. I know I've never done it.
Set that right there. We'll go ahead and put the lid back on. I don't know, Pops. That looks pretty delicious
really
to me.
Good. Check this out. See how close we can get before they freak on us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them all lined up, ready to jump in. They don't care. Cool.
All right, Pops. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that asparagus is done too.
I am looking forward to this. Man.
Take that steak
God,
off.
look at that.
Oh, yeah. I got my handy dandy little tongs here. We're going to pull those asparagus. You know, we're just going to lather those on the side. I'm going to put that butter on there and let that heat up a little bit more.
Okay.
Last thing we're going to do is we're going to squeeze just a hint of lemon. Not a lot, because if you do too much lemon, then it really overpowers the butter. And it's just like a super zesty lemon sauce.
I am so ready for this, Micah.
Look at that.
Good
Look
day.
at this feast.
I know, a good day of crawdad hunting and treasure gathering.
I want those Gucci sunglasses is what I want there.
Oh, man.
Pretty good? I think this is my first time having grilled asparagus.
Oh.
So it's got like a charred flavor to it. It needs a little salt. We'll get some salt on that asparagus, but man, that's good.
Let's see here. I gotta figure out this bad boy
nice
here.
Big
There we
meaty claw.
Yes, indeed, sir.
Some of you will get that reference.
All right, here we go.
There you go. Nice. That's that claw meat. That claw meat's way more tender.
It is.
More tender.
Oh, man. Way more tenderer, I think is what you mean.
Yes. Not bad for a day on the river right here, guys.
No kidding.
YouTube fam,
Wow.
what an epic day, Pops. Thanks for coming with me. Kind of
pleasure.
a last minute trip.
Yep.
I gotta say again, big shout out to Dimitri for sending me this portable camp stove. Guys,
Vida Libre.
yep, Vida Libre. Link in the description below. Go get yourself one. I highly recommend it. I'm impressed. This is the first time I've used it, and I'm impressed. I'm excited to keep using this the rest of the summer. I mean, it doesn't get any more summer than that. Cooking up crawdads and steak on the tail bed of your truck in the middle of a park. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. As always, we will see you in the next one.